Alright guys, so let's do this. Welcome back to Pokemon TCGcenter. First of all, I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. It's a little bit late, but better late than never, I guess. So in today's video, I'm gonna play with my Snorlax budget deck against pretty much everyone who is gonna be online in this time, so everyone can play. Everyone can send a battle request. Alright, so on the other side, no basic Pokemon. Alright, would you like to draw extra card? Yes, of course, which is another N. So I managed to top deck pretty decent card, which is a Mew. I'm gonna play my Brigette, set up Remoraid and 2 Snorlax on the bench. More than that, 1 energy will be played down to my Snorlax, and I'm gonna pass my turn. Turn 2 is gonna be very good, because I have Octillery, I can Abyssal Hand, I can play N. Maybe I can even find that Float Stone so I can retreat. We shall see. So far, I'm going first to play my N. If I want to attack here, I need 3 different cards, so yep, that's not gonna happen. XP share, my Level Ball, it's gonna be for, of course, another Drowzee, because if I lose my Hypno out of the play, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. So what that means, I just need to Abyssal Hand, maybe find Float Stone, nope, just a Silent Lab. Yeah, okay, let's go with the Silent Lab. I don't want to evolve my active Drowzee just because of maybe possible rare candy Magnezone, and then just 1-hit knockout on my Drowzee, so I could in that case lose my Hypno, and that's the reason why I don't want to do that. Alright, so there is that. Not bad. I'm going to take 6 new cards in my hand. 6 new cards for my hand. Okay, again there's a Hypno, there's a Double Course Energy, and Olympia. So I'm thinking just, you know, maybe about playing that Olympia. It's not even that bad option. So I don't need to take a risk finding that Float Stone, and I guess I'm gonna do that actually. That sounds like a pretty good idea. Okay, so there's a Float Stone. That's the card I'm looking for. That's the card I'm looking for. Okay, never mind. We have Olympia, so I don't see reason why I wouldn't take the advantage of the Olympia here. I mean, of course, maybe it would be better if I was just going with my Sycamore. Okay, Lysandre. So I'm gonna Goodnight Baby his Raikou, and I'm going to strike for 120, which is gonna be, of course, enough for the knockout, so he will lose one of his attackers here. Which means the next turn I can also lose my Snorlax in theory, because I don't have Fighting Fury Bell. So the only reason why might be better if I go with the Sycamore, just because of the possible Fighting Fury Bell. But if I was not able to find... okay, there's a Clemon. If I was, for example, not able to find Float Stone, then I would not be even able to attack. Okay, 1 magnetic circuit. 2 magnetic circuits can go for 150. Okay, so he can go for 150 with 3 different energies. That's enough for the knockout. Okay, that's definitely enough for the knockout. That's too much for the knockout. That's way too much for the knockout. Abyssal Hand. Okay, so he can go for 220, which might be a little bit risky, especially after I knock him out. But he can go with, he can play Energy Poach and just, you know, bring all energies back in his hand after I knock him out. 270, that's very optimistic, really it is. Of course, I'm going to promote my Mew in the front. I can't knock out his Magnezone, so I need first double Course Energy, of course. Second thing that I need is maybe even another Hypno. I'm going first to take one Snorlax, put it down to my bench, play another Ultra Ball and Special Charge, so I can have pretty much a Beazle hand for 5 before I actually go with my supporter play, but maybe I even miss opportunity to get another supporter in this case. Who knows? Those Enhanced Hammers in this case are just useless. I mean, he don't have special energy, so I can't discard it, and I simply need that DC right now. Okay, there it is. Only thing that I don't like here is pretty much the fact that I don't have another XP share. But at least I have Good Night Baby, so if he managed to stay asleep, I can knock him out next turn. So this is going to be 120. Can he get heads on the coin flip? Yes, he can. Okay, so I'm going to lose my Snorlax here pretty much easily. Okay, there is one Lighting Energy attached on his Raikou down to the bench. So next turn I unfortunately can't knock out his Kingdra there. There is a Beazle hand. Big problem is going to be definitely Lysandre. If my opponent manages to get Lysandre, I'm going to be in a huge disadvantage. That's my biggest concern. Really it is. V-Seeker for N. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Simply because I need that XP share so badly. But I didn't find it. Okay, there's Energy Poach. Speaking about that card, I mean, it's a pretty good card. Once your Pokemon gets knocked out, you can just bring all those energies back into your hand. Yeah, somehow I wish I actually have Rattata in this build, so I can just, you know, clear that Energy Poach. What do I have here? I have Lysandre. I'm thinking about playing that Lysandre, definitely. So I can get myself a couple turns here, you know, just to try set up something down to his another Kingdra. I can go with my Beazle hand. The most important thing is that I can always use my Goodnight Babies, put his Kingdra in a sleep mode, so if he misses opportunity to wake up, he's not going to be able to retreat. I could do that even on his active Kingdra, but I simply didn't want to do that because I want to try damage both Kingdras that he actually have in play. Just because of that Energy Poach. That's the biggest reason why. Okay, Super Rod just for the Raikou. Can he get energy for the retreat? There is Sycamore for 7, which means that he is not going to be able to knock on my Snorlax on the bench, which is very important. Magnetic Circuit. Alright. For energy down to the active Kingdra. That's fine. Of course, retreat down to the Banshet. And right now he is going to play Energy Poach on the Raikou. I mean, he had, for example, Lysandre in his hand. And if I was just attempting to asleep his active Kingdra, probably right now I wouldn't have Snorlax on my bench ready to knock out his Kingdra. So that was actually a pretty decent play, I should say that. Let's go with the Super Rod. And I'm thinking about, you know, first playing my and putting down his down to 3, then trying to find something else with my Abyssal hand. Okay, I don't have attacker for the next turn. I guess the Goodnight Babies really doesn't matter too much because he's knocked out by anyway. I was just hoping for another Snorlax and maybe XP share in this case, but unfortunately I didn't find that. His hand is just way too big. Really it is. He has so many cards right now in his hand, and so many energies in his hand. I think he has like 10 energies in his hand, but still he needs to take 3 prize cards. If I can actually prevent him from being able to wake up, I'm gonna be in good position. But still, he can just use VA Seeker for Hex Maniac, and after he charges, of course, all energies, and just prevent me from doing anything with my Goodnight Baby. So that's 5 energies, 6 energies, 7 energies, 8 energies. That's 170 right now. 9 energies. That's 180. That's 250. Thunderlance for 250. Yeah, I really wish I had that Rattata in my deck, but I don't. So what can we pull out from this? I guess not too much. I'm thinking about just going with my Sycamore for 7. Yeah, pretty much. Probably he will have that access down to the Lysandre. It's just a matter of time, but let's go with a Abyssal hand. It's just a question if I can leave my opponent in a sleep, or he can somehow wake up. Yeah, he wakes up. That's bad, because Lysandre down to my Snorlax with energy, it's going to be pretty much for the game. Couple more energy poaches, Abyssal hand for 2. Probably he's digging for that VA Seeker. Maybe not. Yep, there it is. Hex Maniac? Why Hex Maniac? You have Lysandre in Disco Pile. You should just go with the Lysandre for my Snorlax. But okay, right now he actually have clearly victory here, I guess. Yeah, that sucks. I guess I can just recycle a couple resources back and play Sycamore for 7, but since he can go for 250, there is no way that I can actually pull out something here. Nope, that XP share just came a little bit too late. I don't even have extra energy to attack, so I guess I can just pass my turn. At least I did my best. I mean, that start was just way too bad, because I actually missed my XP share, so I was not able to recover from that situation anymore. Alright. But the fact is that this Snorlax deck is just very good. I mean, it's so cheap, but it's actually very strong. Okay, so basically, if you want to challenge me, you can just send me a message or just pretty much battle request. Okay, let's pick the heads. It's a tails, so that means only one thing. I'm gonna start second. Okay, so there is one Mew in my hand and Drowzee, 1 energy and 2 XP shares. I wish I had that Snorlax, but unfortunately I don't. At least I have N. So we'll have 6 new cards for next turn, that's for sure, even if I don't find anything. Starting with the Shaman on the other side. I guess not the best start. Ah, Metal Energy, okay. Interesting. Dragonite Karen. Mega Rayquaza? Probably. Yeah, probably it is. I don't like the Mega Rayquaza deck. I mean, it's a very strong deck, but that Pearl City just destroys the... It just destroys that deck. Okay, so Rayquaza, Majournia, and Shaman EX. Okay, retreat down to Rayquaza. Mega Rayquaza, okay. Oh, nice, Lysandre top deck. Yeah, let's just be troll here and let's just... I mean, I can do that because I have Encounter, so I'm looking forward for the Remoraid, so I can just put it onto my bench next turn. And I can then end, simply. I could go for my Snorlax, but I feel it's better to get that Remoraid because I only have 1 in my deck. I have 4 Snorlax, probably I will just get Snorlax sooner or later. It would be much better. Okay, another Shaman. So many Shamans, so many easy prize targets. But of course, he first needs to get that Float Stone. Aha, yeah. Speaking about Float Stone, there we go. Say goodbye, Mew. That's scary. That's definitely scary. Okay. Never mind. Okay, I didn't expect to see so bad hand. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna be in a pretty good position. Just I need to set up 1 Snorlax at least, and or even better, just a Drowzee with my Hypno for the Goodnight Babies, so I can, you know, start to disrupt my opponent here so badly. 1 Super Rod, 1 Octillery, 1 N. Do I want to play N? He has 6 cards in his hand. Let's go with the N. I will draw 6 cards, he will draw 4 cards. Okay. I can steal Ultra Ball. The fact is that I actually need Ultra Ball for Snorlax. But again, I also need that Hypno. I can steal the Beazle Hand and hope to find Drowzee. Close. Very close. At least there's a Brigette. Brigette is gonna be a card for the setup next turn. Another Emerald Break for 150. Okay, so I'm losing at this moment, but I can still recover from that. Deep, you know what. But, yeah, let's go with the Brigette. Gonna take 2 Drowzees here, just in case if he Lysandre one of them. Gonna play that XP share, gonna attach my energy, and yeah, just 30. Just 30 with my toss and turn. It is how it is. I can see that comeback coming. I can definitely see that. I just need N as a top deck so I can put him down to 1. Maybe even 2 cards. And then just from nowhere disrupt his Mega Rayquaza. I mean, I still have a couple pretty decent options to respond to him. Another Emerald Break for 150. Wish there was at least something like Fighting Fury Belt so I could survive for like a turn. Unfortunately, there was not, so Okay, Silent Lab is a very nice top deck, I should say that. Just because I can go with my Giovanni scheme, you know, for 5. And hope to find maybe that Enhanced Hammer. Yeah, no Enhanced Hammer, just the Fighting Fury Belt. And another Ultra Ball, but since I already attached the energy, I'm just going to play my Goodnight Babies. What do we have in the discard pile? We have that Super Rod, which should definitely be played. And right now I'm actually going all in because I'm searching my deck with the Ultra Ball for the Remoraid. And I'm hoping maybe for the best next turn. And the best is that he don't wakes up. So tossing turn for 120. I'm going to wake up, he's going to wake up. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, I guess still N will work. One double course energy to Maturnia, 1 Emerald Break, 150 again. Let's go with the Remoraid in the front. It's just a 1 retreat cost. And the top deck for me, it's a Level Ball top deck, which means that I can still get myself Octillery. I can put him in a sleep, and then I can evolve and drop 5 cards and hope to find that N. Okay, Abyssal Hand. There is N. So, I can end him down to 1. And basically, there is Snorlax. Yeah, still he needs just to wake up, so it's not gonna change things too much here. But if he missed that wake up, you know, everything can happen. Everything can happen. I mean, still I need Fighting Fury Belt. Maybe, oh, Sycamore in his hand. Okay, but still he can't attack without Switch or Escape Rope, I guess. There is Skyfield, alright. Another Rayquaza. Another double Colorless energy. My turn, top deck. Special Charge, okay. Let's see. First I'm gonna play my Special Charge, recycle my double Colorless energies, then I'm gonna play VA Seeker and I'm going to use my N here. So I can get 6 new cards. Don't want to play Abyssal Hand yet. Ah, come on, 2 Enhanced Hammers. Jeez. Give me that Float Stone. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna pass. He's still asleep. He's still sleeping. Puzzle of Time. Probably just ×1. Next turn is gonna be huge, but first I need to retreat. First I need to retreat. 1 Sycamore for 7. Yeah, no Float Stone again. So unfair for me, I guess. I'm gonna play my Goodnight Babies one more time. And hope that he's not gonna be able to wake up. That's just the only thing I can do. I didn't wake up. He didn't wake up. Okay, still in the game. Still in the game. I mean, The only problem is that he will probably bring another Mega Rayquaza in play. Which means only one thing. If I can find Fighting Fury Belt somehow, maybe I can pull still something out here. There's another Skyfield. So... Special Charge. Okay. 2 double Colorless energies. Ultra Ball. Yep. Ultra Ball for Mega Rayquaza. Maybe even for another Shaymin. I'm gonna be fine if he misses Mega Rayquaza number 2 here. That's for sure, because I have Olympia so I can retreat. But the problem is, his hand is gonna be way too big. Okay, I didn't wake up. Yeah, one prize in his hand. One prize left for him. So I wish I actually disrupt that double course energy on the bench. Really, I wish. So what can I do here? Not too much. Not too much. I can just knock him out, but his hand is way too big that he's not gonna have Mega Rayquaza for next turn. So I'm just thinking about maybe even Lysandering here. Maybe even disrupting him with my V-Seeker for N. Yeah, I have some crazy ideas here on my mind. Let's try to end him. Again, down to 1. There's a Fighting Fury Belt, but unfortunately for me, I can't remove Stadium from play. So, however, I do have Olympia again in my hand, which means that I can retreat next turn. And I also have my Lysandre, which is nice. So, he just needs to stay asleep again. He wakes up, so it's a GG. He can retreat and strike, I guess, with his Rayquaza on the bench for 100 and knock out my Octillery. Oh, he even have another DC in his hand for the Emerald Break. Okay, yeah. I did my best, unfortunately, but it was way too hard. It was way too hard. Okay, guys, looking forward for another challenge. Alright, let me just find where it is. Okay. So 2 straight defeats in a row. Still looking for the first victory here. Hopefully I'm gonna accomplish that right now against my next opponent. So I lost the coin flip. And that means that I'm probably gonna start second. Okay. Again, lighting deck. Not sure what type of the Pokemons are inside, but we'll find out. Okay, so have only Mew right here without supporter card to draw. At least there's a Lysandre, so with the Lysandre I guess I can pull something out, but... okay, I can definitely pull something out. It's Electrode, Garbodor, maybe Raikou deck, maybe. When I say maybe, it's Tundra CX. Okay, I mean this card is decent. It can leave you paralyzed. If it's a heads for 2 energies, so it's not that bad. I mean, the best thing is that you can also Voltage Rush for 150 easily, and there is N. Okay, so that means that I can take 6 new cards. I mean, my first focus is gonna be that Trubbish on the bench. That's just for sure. Somehow I need to knock out that Trubbish, but my opening hand looks so bad. Yep, I simply need that Remoraid for a Beazle hand. No doubt about that. I can always play my Encounter and basically get myself Snorlax on the bench. I could go, I guess, for Drowzee, but since I have double course energy, I will have 2 extra cards for draw with my Beazle hand instead of maybe just 1 if I decide to pick Drowzee. But of course, he can always go with the N at the end, so let's see what he can find here. There's a Garbodor. Okay, so this might be just a pretty quick GG because of the Garbodor. And the V-Seeker for the Skyla, so Skyla can actually give him Level Ball, maybe for actually Ultra Ball, maybe for Electrode. I simply don't like Garbodor anymore in the current format because it's I think the Garbodor was first time printed somewhere in 2012. Right now it's almost 2017 and we have 5 years the same bullshit card in the format, so it's just stupid card because actually it can block all of your abilities and it just does not make any sense. You can fit Garbodor pretty much in every deck and you can just counter all abilities and kill pretty much every fun that your opponent can have. So Float Stone down to the Voltorb, and he misses the opportunity to knocks me out here, but at least I'm paralyzed. Alright. Nice top deck, I can say that for sure. One Abyssal Hand for 4. I'm looking for that Drowzee. Okay, there it is. Level Ball for Drowzee. So I can still get myself a couple extra cards with that Giovanni skin, which I will definitely do because I don't have another option here to do. Drop cards still have 5. Brigette, Pokémon Ranger, another double course energy. Okay, nothing special, but also not that bad. Okay, so another Skyla for another Ultra Ball, for another Tendrils CX, and another Ultra Ball, maybe right now for the Electrode. Maybe, yes it is. Okay. Still he didn't find Float Stone or any kind of the tool for his Garbodor. I can get myself one prize, which is gonna be Ultra Ball. Not bad. And my Mew, it's gonna be knock it out. Luckily, I can preserve that energy, put it down to the Snorlax. Tries to find, you wouldn't believe me, but I'm trying to dig out somehow here one card, which is gonna be a Lysandre. Can I find Lysandre? I don't know, but I hope I can. I have a Abyssal Hand for 2 before I actually go with my N. A couple V Seekers. Kinda sucks, I guess. Okay, I need even a Hypno here because I'm not gonna be able to attack without Hypno. Oh, jeez. Okay. At least something. Yeah, I got myself Lysandre, but a little bit too late. A little bit too late. I guess that today is not my day. Okay, still fighting Fury Belt. I mean, as long as Garbodor is inactive, without tool, whatever you want to say that, I'm fine. Nah, it's over, I guess. Float Stone, jeez, come on. What can I do here? I mean, I can always go for like 50 with my Swallow, but it's gonna take ages. It's definitely gonna take the ages. I mean, I can always recover for like 60 once I hit with my Swallow, but first I need to find something big. I'm gonna looking for yeah, I need Fighting Fury Belt. I need first Sycamore. Top deck card was an N. Yeah, at least I have double course energy, but then he can go for 150 with his Voltage Rush, which is not even be enough to knock him out. Oh my god. I have something on my mind, which is gonna be pretty much 30 damage here, because right now he had 110. And maybe I can buy a couple more turns before I manage successfully to knock him out. Oh no, there's a rough seize. Not gonna happen. And a center lady. Okay, that's too much, I guess. That's way too much. 70 damage, Drowzee knocked out. The last warrior for me is gonna be that Snorlax. And it's actually gonna take me ages to knock out that Tendrils here. Plus I still need Fighting Fury Belt, and I managed to get one, but that's just gonna be for like a 50, actually 60. Yeah, no luck, I guess. Okay, 40. I'm paralyzed. Yeah, I'm gonna Lysandre Shaming on the bench. Maybe he don't have energy, but that's just maybe. So that was second Center Lady actually performed on his Tendrils. I mean, it's a decent Roach deck, I should definitely say that, because with the Electrode you can snipe for like 160 turn 2. Delinquent. Okay. Whatever. If I can somehow one-hit Garbodor, that's just another story, but unfortunately I can't. Well, I can strike for 60, I guess. Yeah, whatever, let's just go for the 60. Game is lost anyway. If I have something like a Center Lady, so I can heal like 120 damage from my Snorlax per turn with my Swallow, well, then maybe somehow I could actually even knock out his Tendrils in play, but I guess not on this way. 70 damage. Okay, what the heck was that? What the heck was that? Let's go with the Swallow for 60 and heal 60. Maybe I can still pull something out here. I have VA Seeker ready for the Shaming Lysandre. Another 70. Another Swallow, I guess. I mean, he's trying to get heads on the coin flip. Actually tails, but luckily I have VA Seeker for Olympia, so if he managed to get another heads, no, he'd just go for 160 right now and knocks me out. But he took 5 damage counters back. I guess it's time for probably just N. Very tough decision. I need Snorlax and double course energy. Where's my Snorlax? No Snorlax, I guess. Well, I guess I can always use a counter, but no Snorlax. Nah, come on. Okay, GG. Oh, so he strikes me for 40, and there's a Super Rod. If I play N, I'm gonna deck out myself. Okay. 30 damage, heal off, headlock for 70. And then I can just hope to get top deck, double course energy, but it's the same, because I can just only hit for 40. It doesn't matter too much, I guess. Seeker for... I have 4 cards left. Let's just deck out myself. Yep, doesn't turn for 30. Plus 10 for Fighting Fury Belt, 40, minus 30 for the Rough Seas. Like I didn't do nothing. Well, it's a GG, definitely. So, 0 victories, 3 defeats in a row. Still looking for that first victory today, I guess. Still looking for the first victory. Would you like to go first? Yes. Let's try to revenge right now for that defeat first time. Okay, no basic Pokemon for me. Starting with my Snorlax. And a Fighting Fury Belt, so I guess I'm happy with that kind of the hand here. It would be much better if there was just one more Brigette. Unfortunately, it's not. I don't like that Rattata on the other side, that's for sure. Mew, Level Ball, another Fighting Fury Belt. Yep, let's just go with that Level Ball for Drowzee. So I can have my Hypno turn 2 in play, and more than that, I'm gonna be fine with this hand for now, you know. This Rattata actually have pretty strong ability, which says that when you play this card from your hand, you can actually discard Pokemon tool cards attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can just easily discard, for example, this Fighting Fury Belt, and with that Desperate Gardevoir, strike for as many damage as you need. Okay, Ultra Ball for Hoopa. So with the Hoopa he can search, I guess, 2 Garbodors, 2 Gardevoirs and 1 Shaymin-EX, I guess. Get himself pretty strong bench. Oh, so no Shaymin for him. That's interesting. Okay, so energy attached, Gardevoir Spirit Link. I see at least Shaymin on the bench, so at some point of the game I can knock him out for 2 prize cards, but as long as he can have that Mega Gardevoir with the Desperate, he can easily discard those Shaymins and Garbodors from the bench. That's the bad side, I guess. Alright, so another Spirit Link. My turn. The top deck is a Ultra Ball. I'm thinking about Ultra Ball for, you know, just another Snorlax, because I have that Fighting Fury Belt in my hand. This one is actually weak on the metal. Yeah, they're both weak on the metal instead of the Hoopa. Sycamore for 7. Okay, I have all I need. Hex Maniac is a very good card, but on the other side, yeah, it can just prevent him from being able to set up Let's just keep that Hex Maniac in case if we need it in hand. So Hypno with the Ultra Ball, and then I can just, you know, knock out his Rattata with my toss and turn for 40, even without putting my Snorlax in a sleep mode. Really doesn't change things too much here, because I have Fighting Fury Belt. But the question right now is, can he somehow put that Rattata into play? Because maximum damage that he can output right now is gonna be 150, with one more Pokemon on the bench 160, and with the Giovanni scheme 180. Yep, there's Ultra Ball for Rattata. So he can get that knockout against my Snorlax. Once again, it's gonna be big disadvantage because I don't have XP share on my bench. Alright, so exactly 140, and now for the knockout. And interesting thing is that he just decides to keep that Rattata on the bench. Alright, so speaking about Rattata, I'm going to play my N. Okay, just a double Course Energy and a couple other trash cards. At least I'm hoping to get, you know, good night babies and then prevent my opponent from being able to wake up. Yeah, but he wakes up. Okay, second Mega Gardevoir just enters the play. There's a Trainer's Mail. He can easily knock out my... No, Trainer's Mail for Lysandre. Oh. Okay. $220 down to my Hypno. That's just unfair, I guess. Wish I can go with my Lysandre this turn, but unfortunately I can't. You know what? I'm gonna get myself Sycamore for 7. Who cares? Really. I need more cards in my hand, but not... Ah, come on! Okay, one encounter is just gonna be for another Drowzee. But that's it. That's just it. Too many dead cards in my hand. That's just it. Too many supporter cards that I can't use right now. And there's another Lysandre. Probably is going to be down to my Snorlax. And there's a Dragonite, so he can pull from his discard pile another Rattata. Put it on the bench, discard my Fighting Fury Belt, and then discard 3 Pokemons in addition for 30 extra damage for the one-hit knockout. There is even one setup. Okay, one Spirit Link. Another Desperate for 140, maybe even 150. Nope, just for the 140. Yeah, those Rattatas are just pretty badass. I mean, they're actually very strong. I wish I have something that can actually strike for the weakness here, but unfortunately I don't. So I have Level Ball, which means that I can get myself just another Mew, put it down to the bench. Attach, I guess, one double Colorless Energy, play my N, hope for the best. put him down to 3 cards. Get myself 5 new cards. Ultra Ball, okay. Silent Lab, I guess okay. Better than Skyfield, I guess. This is gonna be Ultra Ball, so I can get myself 1 more Snorlax. And then with the Encounter, I can actually search myself a... I can search myself Hypno for next turn. Still, if he misses opportunity to Lysandre my Drowzee, maybe tiny chance here that I can still pull something out. Still finding a hard time. There's another Skyfield. And 1 energy down to the Gardevoir, Super Rod, and Mystery card in his hand. Who knows what is. But yep, Hoopa, Shaman, and Dragonite just recycle it back. And there's another Dragonite, which means that he can get Shaman and Rattata from his Disco Pilot to his hand. Put down Shaman for the setup. Drop himself 5 new cards and maybe get that last VA Seeker for that big Lysandre, or maybe even second Lysandre to knock on my Drowzee on the bench. So he can just pull, you know, completely win here. Just wondering why there is no Hex Maniac so far in his deck. Yep, there's a second Lysandre, but actually on my Snorlax, which is kinda interesting because he didn't go for the Drowzee. And of course he can go for 140. Right now the best thing for me is gonna be definitely N as a top deck, but probably that's not gonna happen. Not even close, I guess. Just Olympia. Okay. So let's go with the Sycamore for 7. Enhanced Hammer, Brigette, Super Rod, Ultra Ball. Okay. Let me see something. Ultra Ball for these 2 cards, so I can get myself 1 Snorlax in play. And then I can attach XP Share down to it. And I can try to pull something out with the Goodnight Babies, maybe buy a turn. But that's just pretty much it. Yeah, I managed to buy a turn. And for next turn I have Sycamore. And 2 more V Seekers and 1 N left. Okay, so I wake up. But I don't have energies! Where's my energies? You can get 1 XP Share. Sycamore for 7. I'm down to 1 card. Down to 1 card. Yeah, it's definitely time for the Super Rod. I don't know if I need another Snorlax. I guess I don't, because I have 1 more in my deck. But I can toss and turn. Just for 30. Because, of course, my Mew is not in a sleep mode. He is just chilling in the front, you know. And that's the reason why I can't do nothing. Probably I'm gonna sit and cry. One energy down to my baby Snorlax. But I don't have double colors energy, so... yeah, what can I do here? Let's see. Nothing. Attach energy and... I don't know, I'm gonna try to deck out myself. So... we'll just pass the turn after I put his Gardevoir in a sleep mode. I actually have a very nice idea for next game. I'm going to Okay, he managed to wake up. But still he's short for 10. But his hand is way too big. Trust me, this deck works much better, but actually I just don't have luck today. It's just way much better, this deck. Unfortunately, without Max Elixirs, you cannot attack turn 1, and because I don't have Wallies, I even don't have Trainer's Mails. But that's just because it's a budget build. And speaking about budget, I just try to build deck for maybe 20-30 bucks completely, so I can play with it. Actually, in real life. So yeah, he just swiped his entire bench here for the last prize. Thumbs up for that. I have a very nice idea what should I actually include in this build. Maybe a couple Team Rocket handiworks, you know, because they can actually give maybe a tiny advantage, you know. Let's just cut one Lysandre instead. Maybe sometimes I can just get myself in position where when I can't play anything, but I can maybe just try, you know, to discard maybe 4 cards from my opponent deck if I don't have turn to attack, but I have, for example, Team Rocket Handiwork. So that might works. We shall see. So waiting for my opponent to load the game so we can actually test this out. Okay, so far I'm losing against everyone who actually play against me, so if you want to win, you should definitely challenge me and beat me. That's just pretty much it. Okay, let's call the heads. And again, tails. Okay, Drowzee and Remoraid. Not the best start, I guess. I also need to replace this Drowzee with the 2 retreat costs, but somehow it's actually better because it can focus wish for like a couple damage counters, you know, with the double course energy, than the other one from the evolution. Alright. Team Rocket Handiwork in my opening hand. Oh no, that's expanded format on the other side. Yep, I'm done. I'm done. Don't have nothing again. I had a chance to discard, you know, 4 cards of my Team Rocket Handiwork this turn, but that was just insane. Okay, Skyla. What it could be with the Skyla? Not sure. Oh, Skyla for Juniper. I remember those days when you actually play supporter for supporter. That was when the black and white was actually legal. And Celestial Roar. Oh, so for 3 cards for nothing. Even I don't have nothing. I can just try to, you know, Team Rocket Handiwork. Okay, at least for 2 cards. And I'm just Skyla and N, so it's not that bad, I guess, but it's not something that I was hoping for, you know. I'm just looking for the best up deck I can get, but so far it's just devastating. Okay, Juniper for 7. Okay, there is Sky Arrow Bridge. Another Dynamo. I guess Darkrai with the Dark Spear would be so happy to see those Dynamos on the bench that my opponent actually have right now, because he can go for 90 and 30 to one of your opponent benched Pokemon, which is just ridiculous. Because you can just destroy this time with the Night Spear on the bench. There is Super Rod. Okay. Celestial Roar. 3 cards again discarded and another electric discarded. Say hello to my Lysandre Dynamo. I'm gonna try to knock you out if I can get heads. That tiny. Okay, never mind. Well, that would be just so funny if I manage to hit heads on the coin flip here. Of course, it's gonna be Lysandre, another Johnny for 7. That's actually old school deck. I see Pokemon Catcher. I see couple Skylas. Yeah, it is definitely old school black and white deck that my opponent right now using and play against me with it. So another level ball for another electric, 2 electrics, 2 Dynamotors, but unfortunately no energies in the discard pile. Which means that he can't still knock me out with his Dragon Burst, because Dragon Burst can only does 6 damage counters for each energy discarded. And unfortunately you cannot discard both type of energies, just one. Okay. Okay. Still no energies, but there's a Keldeo with the Ultra Ball for the rush-in retreat. Makes sense, but will he go with another Celestial Roar here or just with the Dragon Burst? We shall see. No, he just decides to pass his turn. And at least I have that Hex Maniac. And Focus Wish for 10. Okay, 1 random receiver for Professor Sycamore. Why that was no N? To be honest, it's better to see those fire energies actually than actually lightings, because he goes with the Dragon Burst, discarding 2 fire energies, which means the next turn he's not going to be able to attack without fire energy. Yet I'm gonna put my Remoraid in play. Or maybe Snorlax. Let's go with the Snorlax. Brigette is a top deck. Okay. Not the worst, but not the best. I'm gonna pass my turn. Okay. So, 3 electrics in play. And one more fire energy, Float Stone. Okay, so he can go with I guess another Dragon Burst. I mean, he can go with the yeah. I mean, he can still go with the rush-in retreat, but I don't know. He's gonna be short, looks like, for like 20 damage counters here. If he tries to attach energies down to the bench with Rayquaza EX and then just rush in and retreat. It looks like that's gonna happen. Alright, so Dragon Burst. 120. Which means that still I hope to top deck something like a Level Ball, so I can get myself Octillery, then a Beazle Hand, then find myself Hypno, then actually Energy, and XP share, so I can, you know, okay, at least it's a Hypno top deck. It's a very slow top deck. I can at least try to buy a turn here. Nope. Yeah, even if I put him in a sleep, he can always rush in retreat. I completely forget about Keldeo on his bench. So that's just completely unplayable, I guess. So another Rayquaza. He still didn't attach energies in it, which is of course pretty smart move and pretty smart decision. 2 more energies are gonna be attached down to Rayquaza on the bench, and then he can just knock me out with his Dragon Burst for 60. He's down to 8 cards, which means that I can even somehow tries to deck him out with my Team Rocket Handiwork. Because he still needs to get 4 prize cards, and that's just gonna take ages, you know, to take 4 prize cards here. Because it's actually 4 turns, so I need V Seeker. Okay, N is a good card, definitely, but it's not that good. Luckily, I have a couple options here. The first one is a Silent Lab. Special Charge, definitely. And I can get myself next turn maybe Snorlax ready to go. Okay, this time he actually can't rush in retreat because of the Silent Lab in play. Which means that without another stadium, he can't completely do nothing. But I actually did a tiny misplay that I didn't attach energy to my active Snorlax, I guess. But I will just try to deck him out here. That's it. Right now, the main strategy is to deck him out, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to do that. I need 2 VE Seekers and like 4 heads on the coin flip. Maybe even less. Maybe just 1 VE Seeker and 2 heads on the coin flip are gonna be enough. Just because he's down to 9. 1 energy attached. He still didn't wake up. Gonna play my N. Oh, there's a Float Stone, but I'm still sleeping. Okay. Just a Beazle hand, you know. Next turn is gonna be a big turn. Next turn is gonna be a big turn because I have 2 VE Seekers in my hand, and I can just try to perform. I can just try to perform deck out. So, couple Dynamotors. And Dragon Burst. It's just enough for the knockout, but he's down to 8. So, couple energies discarded. I guess I'm gonna promote my Snorlax in the front. Really doesn't matter too much, I guess. Because I can Team Rocket Handiwork and I can discard 2 cards. I can just go with my Goodnight Babies. And I can toss and turn for 120.
Hey, yeah,
Okay. Alright, so a couple more Dynamotors and a Super Rod. So he can recycle a couple resources back. Which means that even with the VE Seeker, I'm not going to be able next turn to deck him out with my Team Rocket Handiwork. So he's down to 8 cards right now. Okay, so he did wakes up. Oh, what a nice top deck. Another VE Seeker. So let's just go with another Team Rocket Handiwork here. 2 tails in a row. That's way too much. That was just way too much. Really it was. I'm trying to get another Snorlax maybe on the bench right now. Which is not gonna happen. So just another toss and turn, I guess, for 120. And I can get myself 2 prize cards, Olympia and another N. Okay. So he did play 2 Float Stones on those electrics. Which in theory means I see one switch in his discard file that I can maybe even VE Seeker and Lysandre his electric. Maybe. But I still somehow I think it's better to go with my Team Rocket Handiwork. Okay, another Rayquaza. Dynamotor and 6 cards left. Dragon Burst gonna be enough for the knockout. It's a 180. It's a 180. He needs to put something in the front. Actually, I need to put something in the front, which is gonna be Octillery. Still, I'm going with my deck out strategy here. Because I simply can't pull enough prize cards here. As I say, out of the luck today. He can't rush in retreat. But he can retreat and knocks me out with another Rayquaza. So if there was at least 2 heads from 6 on those Team Rocket Handiworks, this game would be over like a couple turns ago, but unfortunately. Okay. I guess I played all 4 VE Seekers. I mean, still top deck maybe Lysandre for the victory against his electric, or maybe 5 turns putting his Rayquaza in a sleep mode. Well, that's just insane theory, I guess. What do I need here? Top deck Lysandre. Only card that can help me. Nope, just the Snorlax. Whatever. Sycamore for 7. he didn't wake up. So next turn, I can have that Snorlax ready to attack for maybe 140 with Giovanni scheme. Oh, I completely forget that I actually trade second Lysandre here. So there is no way that I can actually have anything else in this game instead of just pure luck striking his Rayquaza right now with my Goodnight Babies. But the problem is that once I manage to knock out his active Rayquaza, even if I do that, still he have another one ready on the bench. So he did wake up, I did wake up, and unfortunately game is over because he can just put one Dynamotor on his bench with Rayquaza and strike for 180 with his Dragon Pulse, Dragon Burst, and took his last prize. So I'm not sure what to say about today live stream. I played 5 games and I lost all 5 of them because I just drew so bad cards. That was just ridiculous. But okay, it is how it is. I mean, sometimes you get better cards, sometimes you just get nothing. I'm going out for now for maybe like 1 hour. Probably I'm gonna be back with the live stream later. So this was my last game for today, for now with the live stream. So stay tuned maybe for more games later. Want to say once again Merry Christmas to everyone. A little bit late, but better late than nothing. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later. So have a nice day and goodbye.